Now let's get into how I find my value list. So once you print out, I normally write a date, and today's day is 26th of March 2020. Because I already done my life value list here, I'm doing this second one for my big business. I'm intending to have my own business next half a year. So I am working out what is most important for me to have a business value. So what I normally do is I just write down the question on the top. What are my top 5 most important business value? Here we are. Yeah. So once you have done that, and once again, take a big breath. What I normally do is I just go through the list, and you can just use a pen to circle it. What comes to you, you feel like that actually attract you, just circle it. And most importantly, just having in mind, this is actually for my business. So I have to really align myself, what's my most important business value. Okay, just circle anything comes to you. And of course, I'm doing this at the real time. If you already have a printout, you can do it together with me as well. So I have actually circled many. That's what comes to me at the first time. So now, if you have highlighter, you can use a highlighter. Otherwise, I will just put a star in front of those I already circled for the second time, and what comes to me even more strongly. Okay, for the second time, I actually come out with 10, interestingly. And now I'm going to do a third time to find out what is my top 5. So what I do is just put another star on those you already put a star. So after the third round, you will actually have a 2 star on those most important to you. Out of all these 10, I already circled. You might have a 12 or even less, but I'm just trying to minimize my list. Alright, interestingly, I actually just got 5 for the second time. It's actually much easier to do this filtering process, and just trust how you feel from your heart. And if you start thinking, then you pretty much, it's very difficult to get this down. So once you have your top 5 most important values, either for your business or maybe for your career or for your life or just for this year, you write it down. So I have creativity and freedom. Once again, freedom hit every list for me. And inspiration, recognition, wealth. So that's 5 on my list: creativity, freedom, inspiration, recognition, and wealth. My top 5 business value. At this time, I will actually take time to write down what does it mean by creativity to me. So because I'm actually doing this on the video, I'll just quickly talk about it, and I would suggest you actually write it down for yourself, and that give you a sense of what that means to you, because creativity could mean artistic pursuit, but could mean something else for other people. Like one one of my ex-team member actually told me creativity is think outside the box, and I think it's so true. Being creative doesn't mean you need to draw or make things, but just thinking outside the box is already being creative. So creativity for me is really putting things in a visual way, and that is very related to what I do, like mandala vision board. I do that every year, usually for myself as well, that I have something visually I can focus. So I consider that as being creative as well. And freedom is something I find so important to me. Whatever I do, I want to make sure I'm free to do it either from the home or when I can still travel and I'm not locked down in one place. And that's a freedom. And I also need to feel the freedom I can be who I am and not worry about what other people think. And that's very, very important to me. Inspiration. I have met so many inspiring people, and from the people who writing the beautiful and inspiring books, and I have done so many workshops. Being able to inspiring people in my business is the top 5 value for me, and I do believe if I'm going to work in the business again, that is something I want to actually embody, being someone who can also inspire other people and to do and to be their best, and to have a freedom to pursue whatever they desire, they want. Recognition. Well, I think this is so important to me. I have difficulty. I had, or maybe still have, hopefully not. I had a difficulty to work out my self-worth. So partly because I don't really give myself the recognition what my strength is, what skills I have, and or who I am. So on the same token, I am wanting to have the same recognition for what I can do, and through the business as a vehicle, what the recognition we can actually contribute to my own thinking, and also recognizing other people's strengths and recognizing there's a light in everyone as well. Wealth. Wow, that is something very interesting. I guess a few years ago, I still have feeling that money is the root of all evil. You probably hear this before, but I have been working through this for many years, and I realized there's a lot of the unconscious conditioning we have received either from our society, or maybe from, I don't think it's from my parents, but I just have this difficulty to receive money for my work, and especially when I working in the healing area, I find it so difficult to receive money. So whatever I do, wealth is actually very important for me. It's being able to receive the financial reward for my time and for my work, and as well as creating wealth for myself and for people around me, and helping people, whoever come across, they can also create abundance of wealth for themselves. And that will need to do a lot of the questioning and a lot of the actionable steps we do need to follow. So that's what I really like to do and to have for my business values. So once you have actually write down what it means to you on each value, and take a deep breath again. I know I keep asking you to take a deep breath, but it's not relaxing to just do that. So once you are more relaxed, you are more able to look at this just from your heart, not from anywhere else. It's not from your head. So if you think too much, then this is really just a concept. It's not really aligned with your soul's path. So whenever you are doing this, remember, this is your whole being, your whole work. It's not just your head. Okay, so now when I look at this now, creativity and freedom. Interestingly, freedom will not be my number one in business value. I guess there's something more important when you are running the business. Freedom might be something you do need to consider, whether you can be more flexible, working from wherever you want or whatever time you want. That is up to you. But from running the business before, managing the people, I realized freedom is something, it is important. However, if you have too much freedom in the beginning, you might not achieve what you want to achieve. So that's important to have in mind. But saying that, that's my own experience. I cannot impose that on you. So you have to find out what is the meaning of the value you pick for yourself. Alright, so